Hello everyone, welcome to the midweek wrap-up for Stats Edge Trading. If you don't know who I am, my name is Michael Nauss. I'm a chartered market technician and quantitative trader. So what we do on this channel every Wednesday is we just kind of take a break, figure out what happened midweek, get ready for the end of the week, and then on Sundays we have kind of our live stream that is going to be on this channel. So if you're interested in that, hit subscribe, hit the bell, you'll be alerted for that, or go to www.statsedgetrading.com and there's a little email sign up there. I never share your email. I don't spam it all the time. Just mainly know, hey, here's a new blog post, or I'm going to stream at this time, or this is a video that I did that I thought was good, something like that. And then in those live streams on Sunday, we do a full deep dive that we go for like an hour or two talking all the different things. Today, I'm going to actually just show you what the blog post is for tonight from Stats Edge Trading, and this is mainly because I'm in a bit of a rush and I got to take off in a second here. Usually I do a kind of a separate presentation, but we're going to try to make this one pretty quick. So again, part of Stats Edge Trading is I do a blog post every night where I kind of, as I scan through the market, if I see charts that are interesting, I kind of put them there, annotate it, talk about what I'm thinking about, and then also at the end of that, I do a little wrap up of what are my thoughts of the market on top of the watch list that we have. So all of that will be in here. So let's just go in and take a look. So May 18th, we start with the crypto markets. Not much to say about most of the crypto market. You can read the kind of note that I have here. I'll move myself over and just shrink myself just a little bit. There we go. Mainly, it's got to be about this 30,000, right? So if anyone had been following for any length of time, you know that I am short Bitcoin from this bear flag that was going on here. When we broke down there, I took a short. I covered a large chunk into the support area, and now I'm trying to figure out what to do next. Now, generally speaking, overbought and oversold conditions can either correct via price or via time. So that's why I'm saying here that the more that we hang out at this level, it's kind of correcting that oversold condition from this massive sell-off. And in my opinion, making it more likely that the next move will continue to be lower on this one. So, until we bounce from here, we've got to pay attention to this support zone. If we're under it, I think you're still able to be bullish. If we bounce significantly from it, maybe that's when you take a look at getting a little bit more bearish. So the only crypto that I could find that even was remotely interesting was Tron here. Everyone else looks the same as Bitcoin or even relatively weak to it. They all kind of look like bear flags that broke down and are making new bear flags. So there's no need to just put hundreds of charts up with all the different looks on that one. However, this one's actually holding pretty well. Did some wild action here. So I'm going to watch this Tron just because I'm a relative strength guy. So I want to go to where they're not selling. And that's what's interesting me here on Tron. In the equity markets, taking a look at Anchored VWAP from the COVID lows is something that I know a lot of people are watching now. We bounced at that pretty much to the tick, and then we started to come up here. So my notes yesterday on this, on the SPY, was that I thought, if we got to the high here, we could bounce our head in reverse. I think that may have just happened a little bit before. So my notes kind of say, hey, we just got to watch right back here. If we break this and move lower, then I think it's a next leg down. Maybe this just becomes a kind of volatile space. Who knows? But basically, I'm just watching this resistance to the upside, this support to the downside. Ideally, for the bull case, you'd want to see a pullback, a hold at a higher low, and then a continuation. But too early to say if that's going to happen. I posted this chart here, which is basically everything that I watch each night, all the ETFs that I go through. There's like 50 of them or something, I don't know. And bonds were the only one that was up. So that's just kind of telling that this was a bit of an everything sell-off that they hit pretty hard. Wheat, so I just use wheat as kind of, this is a proxy for commodities. And you can see that that's holding up very well where everything was selling off. So commodities are still the place to be, was my note there. And I don't know if water counts as a commodity or not, but it's interesting that we are still holding the support in PHO, which is our water ETF. So Into the stocks I'm interested in, Wire. This one actually held up pretty well. It's holding our anchored VWAP from these recent highs, and it's kind of putting in this flag type pattern. So we're looking to see if that one's going to break. Same with AEE, same type of pattern. This one's just kind of getting tight in through here. Wire again for some reason. RSG, same kind of thing. We got the anchored VWAP from highs here. We're holding that. Basically just strong push up, pull back. We're looking to find things that are holding in kind of this uptrend potential pattern, as opposed to the SPY that's obviously doing a downtrend. So as a relative strength trader, that's what I look for. As long as this one holds up, I'm interested. If we break down from here, that's when I will forget it. Last but not least is Funko. This one actually held up pretty well today. Had this gap. It might be hard to see on the stream here, but these dotted lines right here are earnings. So gapped up on earnings. So that's kind of this gap right here. Don't need to know what they said for earnings. Just know that the market responded positive to. If we kind of hold this gap right here and then push higher, this is probably the one that I'm the most interested in. So again, as part of the service, is all wrapped up in a Google Doc as well, and then just my thoughts on the market. And I just said this was a nasty sell-off, but my statement still remains. As long as we are basically just saying the same thing that I said up here, that just says, we're looking at anchored VWAP and we're looking at 420. I'm just waiting for one of those to resolve one way or the other. So if you're interested in more of this content, come join me over at statsedgetrading.com. Again, for less than $2 a day. There's the blog post that you get. You get access to all my scans. We have a chat room that we come hang out about. Again, not a signal service. I don't believe in those, but a place that we can kind of share ideas, talk about the market, learn, that kind of thing. So if you're interested, link is in the description below. Thank you all for coming. Stay safe out there. This is a pretty volatile market. It's not the craziest that I've seen, but it's kind of nasty. So make sure you're nimble on your toes. You're understanding that this is not the, just buy the dip and YOLO market anymore. Be careful, trade your plan, trade smart. I'll talk to you soon.